The man is with his lover in his room, when he ends up waking his wife. He then said he didn't know she was in that room. She then apologizes to the man and asks if he wanted her to go into the other room. The man then apologizes to his wife and says that his lover's apartment was very messy and that's why he went home. The woman then apologized and said she didn't mean to bother. The mistress then says she didn't know the man had a wife, but he said she could rest assured and kisses her. He then says that his wife allowed him to do those things. The woman then said that the lover seemed like a nice person and says to wait a bit as she would get something for her. She then takes out some underwear and said that she had been married to a man for a long time and was sure she would like that outfit. She then said she would leave and tells them to have fun. The man then kisses his lover and she says that the man's wife was different. She then asks if her wife really accepted that. The man said yes, that she was an amazing woman. He then tells her to forget about it and that they should enjoy the night. The woman then goes to her daughter's room and lies down next to her. The daughter then wakes up and asks what was going on. The woman said her daughter's father was with a friend in her room and she didn't want to disturb them. She said she struggled a lot to keep her family together. She then begins to tell the story of the 3 little pigs to her daughter and ends up falling asleep. When she wakes up, she realizes her daughter wasn't in bed and calls out to her. The daughter was in the kitchen with her father and his mistress. The mother asks you what the girl liked to do and she says she liked to play. She then says that the little girl did a lot of things. The woman then goes to the kitchen and asks what was going on there. The man greets the woman, says that when they had gone down, the little girl was already in the kitchen, so he decided to have a coffee with her. The woman is uncomfortable and says she wants to talk to a man. The man then tells his daughter that he would be back soon. The woman then said that they had agreed that the man would not introduce his mistresses to his daughter. He then says that his wife was very stressed and that it was nothing. She tries to say something but he said she was stressing out for no reason. She says they had agreed not to involve their little girl in this. The man tells his wife to stop worrying so much, as his daughter has come to like his mistress very much. He said that experience was good for his daughter, as she needed to live with other people besides them. The woman then said that that was their arrangement and that she would resolve that situation. She then tells her daughter to go upstairs with her to her room. The little girl then says that she wanted to stay there because her father's lover had said that she would play with her. The woman then said okay and said she could stay there. Sometime later, a man is telling the woman's daughter that they should take more walks together. The little girl then asks her mother if they could go back, as she had liked it there so much. The man, that I saw that, goes to them and asks what was going on there. The man then told his daughter to get away from that man and ask his wife what was going on there. The woman then tells them to talk alone, told her daughter to stay with her friend. The man then said he was confused as his wife had complained to him about his mistress and she was now doing the same thing. He says that she was introducing her lovers to her daughter. She then asks if when the man did that everything was okay and says he had no reason to complain. He doesn't ask if they had agreed not to involve his daughter with other people. She said he started it. He then says that she was right and leaves. She tries to tell a man to stay, but ends up giving up and goes back to where her daughter was. The woman then arrives and tells them to take a picture to remember that moment. They agree, and the man pulls out his cell phone. He then takes a picture of the 3 of them. Sometime later, the little girl's father brings her a cake. The woman is very happy and asks if he remembered her daughter's birthday. The man then said that he was with his mistress earlier and she had sent him a cake to celebrate his daughter's birthday. The woman then gets very angry and says that she had already told the man that she would not involve her daughter with his mistress. She then says that they weren't going to use that cake for her daughter's birthday. The man then tells his wife to accept the cake as the lover was not trying to get close to his daughter. He says his wife was getting upset for no reason. She then mocks what the man had said and throws the cake on the floor. The man, then, is surprised by that and asks why she did that. The woman then said that she had already told a man that she did not want to involve her daughter with his mistress. The man then said that he would do whatever his wife wanted. He then said he was going to call the venue and cancel his daughter's party. He then says that this is the best option. The woman then tells him not to do that. The man then calls the venue and says he had asked for a party to be set up that day. He then said that he wanted to cancel and that he no longer needed the party. The woman tries to get the man not to cancel the party, but he doesn't listen to her and keeps canceling. The attendant said there would be a fine, but the man said it would be okay as he would pay the fine for canceling. The man then finished canceling and said that now everything was resolved. The woman said that the man was very ignorant and that he had ruined her daughter's birthday. He then said he could be ignorant, but his wife was very proud and goes away. Meanwhile, the little girl was in her room packing her things. Then, put some clothes in your backpack and leave. Later, the two were looking for the little girl, but to no avail. The man asks if the woman had already found her daughter, but she said no. He then asks what they were going to do now. Soon, he tells them to go look for his daughter in the street. The two then start looking for their daughter. The woman then gets worried and says they won't find her daughter. Soon, they find the little girl behind a tree. The man then told them to go to her. They go there, but it turns out to be another little girl. Later, the woman said that she had an idea and that she was going to call her lover. The man said that was a good idea and calls his mistress. The woman then asks if the lover had seen her daughter, as she had disappeared. The woman said she thought her daughter had overheard their argument earlier. Good mother then calls her lover and asks if her daughter was with her. He says that his daughter was gone, that he was very worried. They then have the idea of going to a square to look for their daughter. Meanwhile, the little girl was in the square and said she wanted her parents to fight. She said she didn't care about her birthday, she just wanted her parents to be with her and for them not to fight. She then saw some photos and says they looked very happy. At that moment, the two arrive and go to the little girl. The woman then asks why she was gone. The little girl says she couldn't take it anymore. She said that it was her birthday and the two were just fighting. The man said that she was right, but that she couldn't do that again. The little girl said she didn't want them to fight anymore. She tells him if they team up. She said that if they weren't going to be together, they should be with their lovers. The woman said her daughter was right. She said she didn't want her daughter to be away from her. The woman then apologizes to her daughter and says that the two would try to get better. The man then apologizes to his wife and says he didn't value her the way she should be valued. He said she was a great woman and a great mother. He said that his wife had always taken care of him and his family. He then asks them to start over. The woman then said that she forgave the man and said that she too had done wrong. She said it would be okay, that she wanted to start over. The little girl, then, is very happy with that and hugs her parents.